Hello and welcome to HITC Sport, and today we're going to talk about Premier League players who have proved us all wrong. Yes, there are quite a few players we've definitely prejudged over time, I know I have, but over this season they've started to prove me wrong. So let's get going. Arsenal, Shkodran Mustafi. It looked for all the world that Shkodran Mustafi had forgotten how to defend. This was a man who won the World Cup in 2014, yet as soon as he became a gunner, he just seemed to forget all about the art of defending. No matter who his manager was, whether it was Arsene Wenger or Unai Emery, he couldn't do anything. He was more of a hazard than anything. Gary Neville described him as uncoachable, but ever since Mikel Arteta came in, a new coach, he's been coachable. Fair play to the German, he's been one of Arsenal's best players since Arteta came in, and he's proved a lot of people wrong, me included. Aston Villa, Jack Grealish. What a season it's been for Jack Grealish. And the only way I mean that he's proved people wrong is that he's been able to step up from the Championship to the Premier League with ease. And not just step up, be one of the division's best players. You've got people talking about him in the same breath as Paul Gascoigne, describing him as the most naturally gifted footballer England have got right now. He's got to go to the Euros, and to be honest, I can't see him staying at Villa for much longer. He's gone from a player you love to hate because of his floppy hair and short socks, but now you can't help but admire the lad. Bournemouth, Aaron Ramsdale. I'll be honest, at the start of the season I knew nothing about Aaron Ramsdale. It just looked like Bournemouth were getting the goalkeeping situation all wrong. Asmir Begovic had fallen out of favour, whilst Artur Boruc was getting close to his pension. In came Aaron Ramsdale, an unknown youngster, and now he's in contention for an England spot. He's been sensational for Bournemouth in a season that's been very difficult for Eddie Howe. Maybe he's only looked better because he's had so much to do at Dean Court, but that shouldn't matter, he's been brilliant. And considering how young he is, he's going to be Bournemouth's number one for years to come. Unless someone snaps him up, of course. Brighton, Alireza Jahanbakhsh. Yes, I did it in one take, come on. But fair play to the Iranian. A lot of people thought he was an absolute waste of money when he arrived at Brighton. His first season was disastrous, considering how good he was for AZ Alkmaar. He scored goal after goal in Holland, but in the Premier League he couldn't do anything. And yet come the turn of the year, he was amazing. I mean, he wasn't amazing. He scored 2 goals, one of which was one of the best we'll see all season. That overhead kick against Chelsea? I think it was Chelsea. The overhead kick against Chelsea was out of this world. Sure, he hasn't done anything to note since then, but who cares? He's proved people wrong enough already with just scoring 2 goals. But then again, that says a lot about how low the bar already was. Burnley, Nick Pope. Okay, maybe Nick Pope hasn't proved people wrong, he just reminded everyone that he's actually really good. When he first emerged in the Premier League at Turf Moor, no one knew anything about him. He was thrust into the action at Burnley with Tom Heaton out injured, yet he emerged as one of the greatest keepers the Premier League has. He went to the World Cup, and then last season he didn't play at all barely because of injury, with Joe Hart and Tom Heaton trading places. But with Heaton joining Villa, Pope has been promoted back to number 1, and he's actually got the number on the back of his shirt. And to be honest, as it stands, he's got to be first choice for England in the summer. Pope is a sensational stopper and a lot more consistent than Jordan Pickford this season. Chelsea, Tammy Abraham. It seemed a risk when Chelsea handed Tammy Abraham the number 9 shirt. I know Frank Lampard didn't have a lot to work with, so he was just going to have to promote youth, but making Tammy Abraham your main forward seemed like a massive risk. The youngster struggled in the past in the Premier League with Swansea City, but in the Championship he was a goal machine, doing the business for Bristol City and Aston Villa, guiding them to promotion last season. But with the number 9 on his back at Stamford Bridge, he's been excellent. Sure, the goals have dropped off in recent weeks and Olivier Giroud's had to come in, but still, it's been a great start of life as Chelsea's main man. But then again, you can just imagine the Blues splashing out on a striker in the summer and forcing Abraham back down the pecking order. He'll be coming to a club near you on loan soon. Crystal Palace, Jordan Ayew. For my money, Jordan Ayew is absolute crap. It baffles me every time he scores. Yet he keeps doing it. I don't know how many goals he's got this season. I mean, I know he's not one of the top scorers in the division, but fair play to him. Although maybe he just looks good because his main rival at Palace is Christian Benteke, who can't score for love nor money. So yeah, I wouldn't say I'm fully converted on Jordan Ayew, but credit where it's due. He's scored a few goals, he's proved me wrong. Everton, Mason Holgate. Initially it didn't look like the defender was really capable of playing Premier League football. He was on loan at West Brom last season in the Championship, and he didn't look that impressive really at right back. Yet because of the defensive shortcomings of Goodison Park this season, he's had to become one of Everton's main men at centre back. And to be honest, it hasn't phased him one bit. With the likes of Michael Keane and Yerry Mina struggling, Mason Holgate's been a breath of fresh air, and he's well worthy of the new contract he's just received. Leicester City, Kagla Soyuncu. Yes, when Leicester sold Harry Maguire, fans were thinking, why on earth haven't they signed a replacement? Considering the amount of money they got for Slabhead, they could have brought anyone in. Nathan Ake seemed destined to be playing for Leicester. But no, they're stuck with what they've got, and a diamond in the rough emerged. Kagla Soyuncu has been one of the stories of the season. Even though he looks like Lord Farquaad from Shrek, he's graceful at the back, and for a man of his size, he's powerful and composed on the ball. It's no surprise that he's been linked with a big money move away from Leicester, but with Champions League football on the horizon, he best stick around. Liverpool, Jordan Henderson. Time and time again, people write off the Liverpool captain, and time again, he proves why they're wrong. Liverpool have been very good in the past few weeks, and what's been the main difference? Jordan Henderson hasn't been there. He's the driving force behind Jurgen Klopp's team, and although he isn't as technically gifted as Sadio Mane or Mo Salah, or as much of a presence as Virgil van Dijk, Jordan Henderson is an absolute engine. There are calls for him to win Player of the Year this season, and to be honest, why shouldn't he? He's destined to lift the Premier League this season, which isn't bad for a lad from Farah. Manchester City, Riyad Mahrez. When Man City splashed the cash on the Algerian, everyone really thought, why do they need him? They had Leroy Sané, Raheem Sterling and Bernardo Silva. Yet this season, Mahrez is probably more of the main men. Yeah, that might be slightly down to Leroy Sané being ruled out for the whole campaign, but still, he's been damn good in a City shirt and actually looks like he fits the part now. Last season he kind of looked like he was trying to impress everyone and show off his fancy footwork to prove that he belonged at Man City, whereas this season he truly does. He's an elite level player with goals and assists aplenty in a Man City shirt. He's gone from appearing in the easier games and coming off the bench to being one of Man City's main men. When you consider how much talent Pep Guardiola has at his disposal, that's a real credit to Riyad Mahrez. Manchester United, Fred. At the start of the season, Ed Woodward must have been desperately looking for the receipt for Fred. The man was an absolute disaster. He couldn't pass to anyone, he wasn't really doing anything, you couldn't really tell what he was actually good at. Was he winning the ball back? No. Was he scoring goals? No. Was he keeping the play ticking over? No, absolutely not, and he couldn't provide a killer pass. But since 2020, Fred's been a man reborn and been a focal point of this new Man United team. With Bruno Fernandes alongside him, Fred finally looks the part and a player worthy of the Manchester United shirt. He's come a long way in the past 12 months, that's for sure. Newcastle United, Javi Manquillo. Right now Newcastle have got 3 right backs, and if you'd told me at the start of the season that Javi Manquillo would prove himself to be the best, I'd think you were mad. But he's marshalled some of the Premier League's best players. From Raheem Sterling to Wilfried Zaha, no one's too good for the Spanish defender. While he's nothing flash going forwards, he's excellent defensively, showing maturity we never really thought he had during his past time at Liverpool and Sunderland. But Manquillo is finally living up to the hype. It's just a damn shame his contract expires at Newcastle this summer. Norwich City, Teemu Pukki. I know he scored a boatload of goals in the Championship last season for the Canaries, but did anyone really expect him to do so well in the Premier League? Yeah, Norwich fans might have thought that he could do the business, but from outside of Carrow Road, I didn't see it coming. I mean, this is a man that could barely score for Celtic, come on. But the Finn has been remarkable in the Premier League, taking his chances early, and the way he started the season was sensational. He scored goals against Liverpool, Chelsea, City. Did he score against City? I think he scored against City. And if Norwich are going to stay up, which looks against the odds, they're going to need even more goals from their main man. Sheffield United, Lys Mousset. To be honest, I could have picked any Sheffield United player for this video. I've been impressed with everyone, and to be honest, I thought they were going to go down, and I don't think I'm alone in that. But Lys Mousset is a special case, because at Bournemouth, he didn't really do anything, and then he moved for like nearly £10 million to Bramall Lane. I was baffled. Yet he scored and provided assists. He's bought into Chris Wilder's system brilliantly and won them valuable points. So well done, Lys, but your hair's still terrible. And that's coming from a ginger. Southampton, Danny Ings. Raise your hand right now if you thought Danny Ings had a season like this in his locker. Nope, me neither. When Southampton spent £20 million on the former Liverpool man, I thought they were mad. It just seemed like a case of overspending on an English player just because they had to. I remember Newcastle missing out on him, and for that money I wasn't really that bothered. But this season he's been amazing. He's put the injuries behind him and finished pretty much every chance he's got. While Reds fans must be happy to see Ings back fit and scoring goals, there must be some thinking, why on earth couldn't he do that in a Liverpool shirt? Then again, it's not like they've missed him. Could they really have done any better? They've only dropped 4 bloody points. Tottenham Hotspur, Dele Alli. When Dele Alli emerged on the scene, he looked like he was England's next best thing. He was scoring at a rate that Steven Gerrard and Frank Lampard would be jealous of, and then the wheels kind of fell off. Injuries got the better of him, and he wasn't the impactful player he once was. But this season, especially since Jose Mourinho's come on board, Dele Alli has been a man reborn. He's scoring goals just like he was at the start of his Spurs career, which has been big for the White Hart Lane faithful. I know they don't play there anymore. But is it too little too late for his England hopes this summer? Watford, Abdoulaye Doucouré. Since Nigel Pearson came in, Abdoulaye Doucouré has moved slightly up the pitch. When he's playing in a holding role, the game seemed to pass him by. Fans were wondering why Everton wanted to pay so much money for him. He was valued at about £35 million, but to be honest, he didn't look worth 3. But now he's playing as an attacking midfielder, you can see the talent he's got. That's why he scored so many goals in years gone by for Watford, and he's a big reason why Watford have got a chance of staying up. While Troy Deeney is the main man at Vicarage Road, you can't underestimate the importance of Doucouré in his attacking midfield role. West Ham, Robert Snodgrass. For all the money that the Hammers have spent on attacking talent, who'd have thought Robert Snodgrass would score so many crucial goals for the Hammers? The Scot is one of those players that just refuses to go away. He works hard and he somehow managed to get goals and assists. In contrast, Felipe Anderson's barely done anything this season in a West Ham shirt. With the plethora of talent West Ham have, I don't think the fans would have been thinking Robert Snodgrass would be leading their survival charge. But then again, I don't think they were expecting to be battling relegation either. And finally, Wolves, Adama Traore. I hold my hands up, I got things very wrong about Adama Traore. When he was at Villa, when he was at Middlesbrough, I was never impressed. He just seemed absolutely rapid, but he couldn't do anything with the ball. It was like watching Usain Bolt, except I suppose Adama could actually dribble. Even at Wolves last season, Traore wasn't that impressive. Again, he was just powerful, he was like a bull in a china shop. But now that bull can score goals and provide assists. I mean, against Tottenham, I can't remember who it was trying to wipe him out, but someone just barged into him, tried to knock him into the stands. He just shrugged it off, and Wolves went on to score. The man's an absolute beast. He's one of those players you don't want to come up against, and I was very, very wrong about him. He's left me with a massive egg on my face. So there we have it, that's one player from every Premier League club that's proved me wrong this season. You can follow me on Twitter, I'm at HITC James. Smash that subscribe button as we continue on the road to 400,000 subscribers. But until next time, we'll see you around.